Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hello. I'm Zach, coach of the Southwest Swamperts.
I'm Trevor, czar of the Detroit Cobalions.
I am Blake, the person of the Shamouti Island Slowkings.
Welcome to the end of week 7 and intro to week 8.
Yeah.
Just going over standings real fast. In Kanto, we got Trevor here in first at 5-2 with plus 13. Second, we have David, 5-2, plus 5. Matt is in third at 4-3 and plus 4. Austin is at 4-3 with plus 3. Hayden is in fifth with 4-3 and minus 4. Blake is at sixth at 3-4 and minus 3.
Woo.
Chris is in seventh at 3-4 minus 6. And then Kirk and Kyle never battled, so we're just gonna assume that Kirk's ahead of Kyle because that's how it's written right now. But that might change. So,
Yeah. Well,
we'll see.
KD wise, you know.
Yeah.
I think Kirk's still going to be ahead of Kyle.
I think
Yeah.
so too. Johto League, you got Forrest up in first, 5-2, positive 13. Adams in second, 5-2, positive 8. Monty's in third, 5-2 with 0. Drew's in fourth at 5-2 and negative 1 KDA.
Lots of 5 and 2s.
I'm in fifth at 4-3 and 0 KDA. Keenan is in sixth with 3-4 and negative 4 KDA. Tyler's in seventh at 2-5 with negative 7 KDA. Nick's in eighth with 2-5 and negative 8 KDA. And then Anthony is in ninth place with a 1-6 and minus 23 KDA.
Whoops.
Let's get into this week's battles.
This week's battles. All right.
We had some good ones up in here. We're going to start with Kanto because Kanto is home to the awesome people.
Yeah. Awesome people.
All right. Not going to fight it outnumbered.
First battle is Detroit Cobalions going up against the Goldenrod City Shinies. It's me and Matt.
Trevor and Matt.
Trevor and Matt, it was fun.
It was very interesting. I did a lot of preparing for this with other people, and I realized that Dragon Dance Gyarados kind of takes a dump all over me. It's pretty sad. And
So
But
Matt leads Gyarados, and Trevor's scared. Trevor's pooping himself right then and there. He's like, this is it. This is the end.
no,
I'm done for.
I can't
Trevor-
let this happen.
Trevor's scared, so he goes for Encore.
I'm like, oh, but if you transform me, I want to see more. Please, more.
No,
No.
it didn't dance. It T-waved.
He didn't bring Dragon
Interesting.
Dance.
Matt did not bring Dragon Dance. And that's where Matt messed up and lost. The trainers eyed each other warily. I have that written down because Shuckle was in a lot, and it would just
I don't think that was warily.
warily.
No, just stop.
Trevor's trying to warily his eyes. Eventually, Shuckle came in and Bisharp was out, and Bisharp had Sucker Punched, something that switched out into Shuckle.
And then he went for
Shuckle.
well, Bisharp went for
Encored the Stealth Rock.
yeah. So
And Bisharp just decided to stay in and play out the
Yeah,
Encore because it can just Iron Head. And Shuckle wouldn't like that.
Mhm.
So Shuckle decided to just knock off until Bisharp died, or it kept getting paralyzed. So all
Yeah.
that happened.
managed to get one Iron Head off though.
Yes. And did a lot of damage.
It did a lot, but
Uh,
you know it died to like 4 knockoffs when it was at like 2 HP. So
yes, that's math.
well, that's Shuckle for you.
It's math and
Shuckle.
Shuckle. Victini ended up just coming in and doing a whole ton of damage. It outsped Cofagrigus at -2.
Yeah.
And Cofagrigus decided to not Shadow Ball by accident,
By accident.
and it didn't kill it. And
Yep.
then Victini killed it. Actually, no, I think it switched.
Nope. No.
It died.
It died.
It died.
And Lucario came in, finished off Victini. Metagross comes in and just finishes off the match.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a 2-0 in my favor. Very good battle.
Very good.
And
And I believe
The MVP is Hydreigon.
Yay!
Because we didn't talk
We
about
didn't
it.
talk about it, but it did good stuff.
Yeah,
So-
it was able to come in and
Take
take
Entei's hit,
and
which
take
was
Sacred
like
Fire.
its major
Yeah,
function on your team was taking Entei's hit,
definitely.
and it worked out really well for you.
Very well.
It did a ton of damage to things.
And yeah, it was just dropping Dracos everywhere.
Yes. It was able to stay around even though there was like rocks up and stuff.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
It was good. It was a good win.
indeed.
Right. Next match,
Be Austin.
Austin and Hayden.
Hold on, I got this. The Anaheim Ducklets versus the Honolulu Houndooms.
Yes, that is true. It was a kind of a long match.
Yeah.
Hayden has a lot of walls.
Yes.
Usually those make long matches.
Mm-hmm. And
Very long
Hayden
matches.
didn't really have much answers for Arcanine,
Yeah.
which was bulky. So it just became lots of walling.
Yeah.
I feel like we saw a lot of Hippowdon coming in on Arcanine and Arcanine coming in on like everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Escavalier and Klefki and
Yep.
a
all
lot.
sorts of Pokemon.
In
Yeah.
the end, Hayden's walls were bigger walls.
Yeah.
Yep.
There was an
Or he just had more walls.
They
Yeah.
were bulkier.
Yeah.
They're better built.
One
Here,
thing,
wall.
the one thing that I noticed though was that Arcanine in the beginning went for a Will-O-Wisp and Hippowdon
Missed it.
came in and missed, and that really hurt. That really hurt Austin
That early hit Will-O-Wisp would have helped out.
Yeah.
so
lot.
much because Hippowdon would have been pretty neutered at that point, not being able to do a ton of damage and being constantly hit with burn. So
Right.
Mm-hmm. And there was one point where Swampert was in, and Hayden switched in Sableye, and Swampert went for a Waterfall.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sableye Mega Evolved as Swampert went for Stealth Rock.
Yep. And
The Stealth Rocks didn't happen.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
It's a
Not,
thing.
Not that turn.
I really hope
No.
that was a misclick. It would have been. That's a pretty questionable play otherwise.
Mm-hmm. But with all the switching, Sandstorm was able to get put up
Yeah.
3
A lot.
times.
3 times.
And it had to be completely gone for it to get put back up again.
Yeah.
So that's pretty crazy.
Ended with Hayden winning in a 2-0.
Yep.
Yep.
Darmanitan coming in and just finishing
Yeah.
off the team. One thing though, Hayden, you messed up. You didn't bring Leaf Storm on Darmanitan.
On Darmanitan, it would have helped out so much.
Against the Glade that you one shot.
And the Gastrodon. No, not
No,
Gastrodon.
Swampert.
Swampert. It would have helped out so much.
So
but
much.
you didn't need it, so kudos to you.
Yep.
MVP goes to Hippowdon,
Hippowdon for coming in and being able
to take Arcanine's hits and dealing lots of damage.
Setting up
And-
the sandstorms.
and stopping the Morning Sun from doing a lot of healing
Morning Sun would have
for
been,
Arcanine. So
would have been a big problem.
indeed.
All
All right. Next
Next,
up,
we
we
got-
have the Super Hoopa Poopa Scoopas versus the Shamouti Island Slowkings. Very own Blake. So, right off the bat, turn 1, we have a very interesting turn of events. So it's Beedrill against Garchomp.
And you're like, oh, mega matchup.
Mega matchup! Beedrill's gonna get out of here because it's not gonna be able to beat down Garchomp, right? Nope. Turn 1 sets up the Toxic Spikes.
Tailwind.
Tailwind's turn 1, that's right.
That's how you did it.
Tailwind turn 1.
I didn't know that. part.
Non-Mega Beedrill. It sets up the and when it on turn 1, David set up Stealth Rock, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So David's just like, wait, Beedrill stayed in? What is this? And so he goes for the first layer of Toxic Spikes, and he Iron Heads, and doesn't break it was Focus Sash, and he didn't break the Sash. It was so crazy.
Mm-hmm. The Iron Head was probably for Clefable.
Probably. And then Beedrill just goes for Endeavor, and, brings Garchomp down to nothing.
Like
So,
24 health.
something like that.
It's really low.
Super low.
Yeah. So Beedrill, putting in the finest of work, setting up the early game Toxic Spikes.
Which ended up being super meaningful.
Yeah.
The rest of the fight.
Right. Because
Because-
everything coming in is now going to get paralyzed with the exception of Murkrow.
Poison.
Poisoned. And it turns out
I'm having an off day.
Beedrill
guys,
has
I'm sorry.
the thunder spikes.
Yes.
that
Yeah.
Paralyze everything.
100%.
Oh boy.
Turns out that Blake was running Venoshock, Venusaur, and Hex Ninetales. So Poison Spikes.
With the chlorophyll on Venusaur
Under the sun.
Under the sun to just go ham and destroy everything.
I did mess up right when Garchomp, or right when Beedrill died. I sent in Ninetales forgetting Tailwind was up. So I was like, oh no, I need something to outspeed Garchomp, which I didn't. I just needed anything. So I kind of had the sun up too early.
Yeah,
but it was okay.
It ended up being okay. Something interesting was I believe, I don't remember who was in against Hitmontop, but it was Ninetales, because Ninetales went for a flamethrower in the sun to try and knock out the Hitmontop, and the Hitmontop had revenge, so was easily able to one-shot it with that.
It actually revenge killed Ninetales.
Indeed.
Literally.
Then you had the White Herb Hitmonlee.
Yep, I ran White Herb in case of Sticky Web,
so
I could get the Unburden boost right away.
And be able to rapid spin the Sticky Web away. Very interesting. Ended up resetting your stats after a close combat.
Mm-hmm.
So, very cool. And then our last note was that we had Trace Porygon 2 up against Clefable at one point, and so we had 2 unaware walls just sitting there like, what's going on, man? I don't get it.
Just, they're unaware.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
And I was wrong. There was one more thing. I heard about this after the fact because I wasn't there for this, but Porygon 2 was out there and he was just attacking, not getting any statuses on Clefable, and David just yells, "Do something!" and it gets a crit.
Yes. Before that, we were doing a bunch of just friendly battles, and every time someone yelled, "Get a burn," it would burn, or "Get a freeze," it would freeze. And then when he did the first try attack, everyone's like, "Why didn't you say something?" So he's like, "Do something!" And then it got a crit.
That's awesome.
Pretty funny.
Mega, or not Mega, sorry, wrong word, MVP.
Yeah. We're going to give the MVP here to Beedrill.
Yeah.
For its contribution to everything that happened in this match, right from the beginning.
Kind of set the tone for the whole match.
Indeed.
It mattered. 100% mattered.
Yeah. So that was a victory for the Shamouti Island Slowkings, 2-0.
2-0.
In their favor. So congrats. All right. Now it's time for the crossover.
That was super coordinated.
Yeah,
yes!
It really was.
All right.
So we got Chris and Monty.
Yep. The fourth rank Frostlasses versus the Chicago Bearticks.
Chicago Bearticks.
All right.
And
so
Chris and stuff is not
this was a very interesting match. It was on Showdown.
It was really fun to watch.
Yeah. It was really fast to watch.
Fast. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
It's very fast.
It started out with a Rotom versus Dragonite.
No.
Chandelure.
It was something. What was it? Scizor. It was Scizor.
Yeah, it was Scizor. Yep.
Scizor switched out into Chandelure to take the fire attack. Flash Fire boosted, and then Chandelure went for Shadow Ball when Rotom V switched out.
Yep.
And the Shadow Ball hit something.
No, it hit Rotom. It was slower than Chandelure.
Yeah, Rotom is not the fastest of.
And I think it would probably
Pokemon.
Scarf to
Because it's an oven.
Right, and then they both switched.
Yeah.
It was super weird, and Rotom came in.
And Dragonite came in.
Right.
And that's when Dragonite gets burned by the Rotom, which was pretty important because it broke the multi-scale and neutered the Dragonite for Staraptor to come in and just kill it, just one-shot it.
Yep. I believe the Dragonite used Dragon Tail to get Rotom out.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Yeah.
And then Staraptor came in and Brave Bird.
Yep. Got Scissors setting up on Ferrothorn.
That was good.
Very good. And then,
Scizor did reveal its Aerial Ace sleeve trick.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. Oh man, what's Monty going to be able to do to this? And then he U-turns, and it's just like, you could have put X Scissor in there so that way you could have stayed in, kept your boost. I don't know why you wanted U-turn on there. Typically you don't want to run setup and
then you turn out and get rid of it. But it still killed the Ferrothorn.
Yeah. Still did a lot. This was Torterra and Uxie's first battle, and then they ended up against each other out on the field, which was funny. And so Uxie goes for the Trick Room, goes second because Trick Room has negative priority, and then Torterra is slower than Yuxi and kills it
with a wood hammer. Torterra was wood hammering it up.
Yeah.
I was very excited when I saw Chris had the Torterra. Torterra is one of my favorite Pokemon.
It's definitely the best. It's totally the best of the 3
grass ground types. No.
Of the starters from Sinnoh.
Yes, I think
Sinnoh starters?
Yeah, totally.
You're
Torterra.
You're gonna start some flame
100%.
hate.
Yeah.
So many people like Piplup.
Yeah.
And a lot of people like Chimchar.
Well, Torterra's the best.
So I'm going to have to
can do coverage for both.
Agree. With you guys.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
That's right.
You already know.
All right. So but it ended up with Hoopa against the world. Hoopa is able to knock out the Torterra, and then in comes what was the last Pokemon?
A water Pokemon.
Yeah, it was Tentacruel, and Tentacruel was able to live the first hyperspace hole, and then Tentacruel scalds and doesn't kill. It was left with like 3 HP.
Torterra left with 3. Or Hoopa.
Hoopa left with 3 HP, and then Hoopa was able to finish off with a second hyperspace
hole.
Yeah, leaving Monty with a 1-0, finally breaking the
Kanto Johto.
Unfortunately.
Way to go, Monty. Way to go. I believed in you all along.
Chris, I'm going to beat you next week just for losing. Even though I wanted... okay. We gave Staraptor the MVP because it did a lot of damage to things that it needed to.
Yeah.
Took out... I believe it took out Scizor later on.
Yeah, I think so.
And it took out that Pokemon early on, Dragonite.
Boom. Done. All right. Moving on to Johto. First up, we have the Cleveland Conkelders versus the DC United Tyrannitars.
Oh, yeah.
A.k.a. Tyler versus Forrest.
Tyler brought Tyranitar against Forrest.
Yeah.
Did it work out for him? No.
Not.
He brought a bulky Tyranitar with Dark Pulse,
Ice
Toxic, and Thunder Wave, and Ice Beam.
Yeah, which was really cool to see. I don't think Tyler's brought a especially offensive Tyranitar yet, so I doubt that Forrest was expecting that.
I do have to say this game had a lot of hacks.
Definitely.
When
turn 2, because Registeel, it was Registeel versus Medicham at the very beginning. Registeel stays in,
Medicham does fake out.
Yep, as per usual.
Yep.
Takes it fine, does no damage, and then it Drain Punches, and Registeel lives the Drain Punch from a Medicham and gets the T-Wave off. Super big because Medicham is just like, well, what do I do now? I can't move.
And I believe Medicham gets paralyzed on its turn twice throughout that match. At least twice. It was nuts.
Yeah. So there was a lot of switching. Tyler was doing a lot of predictions. Whimsicott was in on Quagsire a number of times, and just turned out because he was expecting Quagsire to switch out, but Forrest was. He was either reading it or he was just letting Quagsire die, which I doubt he was letting him die.
So Salamence came in from one of the U-turns and just got yawned, so it had to switch out.
Yeah.
And then I believe T-Tar came. No, there was some other Pokemon, but T-Tar was in for Tyler, and Forrest had somebody else. So T-Tar went for Thunder Wave. Quagsire came in, absorbed the Thunder Wave. So T-Tar's like, well, I can Toxic Kick. Misses the Toxic.
The Toxic, and Quagsire goes for Yawn, I believe. And so Tyranitar has to get out of there.
Yep. So unfortunate. Quagsire just would not die.
Freaking Quagsire!
Until it did die.
Until it eventually died for the first time this season, which is crazy.
Yep.
And
Whimsicott was in a lot. It was in against Registeel. And it just could not do anything to Registeel. And then again with the Quagsire, I believe the Quagsire was at
it was very low.
It was 20 health. And then it could have killed with the Grass Attack. Energy Ball, I believe.
Yeah.
But it just went for a
U-turn.
Which
is unfortunate.
It also had Tailwind.
Yeah.
Which helped out.
It had Tailwind, and then it momentoed on Hitmonchan and killed itself.
Right. But that was a good play. I was questioning at first, but then Hitmonchan went for Mach Punch, and I was like, oh yeah, it would have killed Whimsicott with Mach Punch before Whimsicott would have killed it, so it needed to memento.
Yeah, there was a lot of like self-deaths on Tyler's side.
Definitely. There was actually 3.
With Life Orb and stuff.
With Life Orb on Stoutland and Salamence.
And then the Memento.
So,
we gave the MVP to Quagsire for Forest.
Because Quagsire just doesn't die.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking Quagsire.
And that yawn was very helpful, just causing switches.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go to the other match with lots of self-deaths.
Yep.
Being Drew versus Anthony.
Yep. Wobbuffetville Wishmakers versus Miami Miamians.
Oh, yeah.
So, I talked to Drew before this match, and he wanted to give Anthony a break. Didn't want to have to deal with Altaria and Infernate, and brought some very interesting stuff. He wanted to be able to, mix things up.
Mm-hmm. So it led Smeargle versus Virizion.
Yep.
And before Drew got over to Keenan's, we were discussing with Anthony what he should bring against Drew. And we brought up that Smeargle's Spore doesn't work on grass types. So Anthony's like, oh crap, I don't have a grass. And then he looked at his Pokemon, he's like, wait, I drafted Virizion since when? So Keenan was like, here, you can have my Virizion. And Virizion helped out for that, but did not help out very much later.
Yeah.
No.
It was it was like a special Virizion, so it didn't have the coverage it needed for Shedinja and the Malamar.
Yeah.
Later
And
on.
justified boost that it received from a knockout later in the battle didn't really help it all that much.
No.
It would have been more useful on a physical attacking Virizion.
Yeah.
Right. But still, yeah.
Shedinja was a pain for Anthony.
Yeah.
Very
Anthony
large
had a
pain.
really hard time getting around the Shedinja.
The Smeargle wasn't that bad because Anthony had Fortress and just
Mhm.
Rapid Spinned it 3 times, I think.
Yeah.
Twice.
Right. Well, he waited. I think he waited until after Smeargle was dead, and then he rapid spinned afterwards.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it was fine at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So, So there was, it was funny because there was 3 explosions this match.
3.
3 of them.
3.
And the first one didn't work because it was
Scolipede.
Yeah.
Landers versus Scolipede.
And-
Scolipede goes for Protect, trying to get his speed boost, and Landers goes boom.
Yeah,
And-
Scolipede had come in on a Sticky Web, so it lowered its speed.
Yeah.
So it did need the speed boost
Right.
the Protect to get that speed boost up. And then it
exploded.
was like, oh, I don't have to attack this thing anymore.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, hello. Well,
Did half the
goodbye.
job for me.
And then later on, Malamar's setting up with superpowers, and Fortress goes boom on it, and it does nothing. Does absolutely nothing.
Yep.
Because of the defensive boosts and Fortress having not so great offenses.
At that time, Anthony only had Vaporeon left to really deal with Malamar.
Yeah.
He had Virizion, and they did a little switching, but Virizion ended up dying to Drew's Azelf,
Yeah.
who used Psyshock, or Psychic,
Psychic.
did a decent amount, did a little over half,
Yep.
and then went for Explosion.
Yep. And just went boom. Because the
Virizion
Virizion
had
kept
calm-minded.
calm minding up, and Drew didn't want to he didn't want to risk Psychic not killing.
Right.
So, and then it ended up with Malamar versus Vaporeon. Just it was quite a long battle from that point to get for Malamar to whittle.
Actually kill the Vaporeon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of rest versus wish recoveries.
Yeah.
So, kind of drags it on a little bit.
Yeah,
Right.
But you can't stop a Malamar.
No.
Especially when it has Rust Talk.
Yep. Because
I don't
even
do
when
it.
Anthony would burn it every first Scald,
Yeah.
it didn't matter because of the rest.
Yep.
Well, it did matter for a little bit, but... Okay, moving on to the next battle.
Well, the
MVP.
MVP for that match, we're gonna give it to Malamar.
Yep. Malamar.
What are you thinking,
I
Blake?
thought we talked about Malamar enough if they'd guess.
They just assume.
So the next battle is the Southwest Swamperts versus the Tampa Bay Typhlosions.
AKA Sack versus Nick.
This one was a heated battle.
Heated match. A lot of switching.
Because of Typhlosion.
Oh, yeah.
No. No.
Okay, yeah, this was the opposite of a heated match.
Yeah.
It was,
This is what happened. It was Heatran versus Aromatisse. So Heatran would switch out. No, Aromatisse would switch out into Suicune.
Yep.
And then Heatran
Suicune
would switch out.
Into Jellicent.
And then Suicune would switch out into Aromatisse.
And this happened for Probably like 10, 15 turns.
It was 37 turn match, and it didn't get good until Donphan came in.
Donphan finally comes in and starts doing work.
I think that was like turn 24.
Yeah, it was something like that. But
Yeah.
Donphan comes in and just starts doing work.
Yeah, Nick started using Excadrill a few times.
Yeah, he brought an Excadrill.
And then Zach's like, you know what? I think Donphan could help out some more here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then he switched out into Suicune. And then we were back in the Suicune, Jellicent, Aromatisse, Heatran loop for a while.
Eventually, I believe Donphan...
I think Jellicent scalded the Nido. I think he brought a Nidoking at one point, and then Jellicent got rid of the Nidoking with Scalds, and then that kind of
tumbleweeded.
Yeah. Also, there was a burn that happened on Lopunny at an early point. Lopunny came in at some point and ended up getting burned, and Aromatisse ended up getting toxic, and Aromatisse had aromatherapy, but he didn't use it until like the very end of the match.
And there were points where Nick would switch in Lopunny to try to do some chip damage, but it would take the burn damage when it didn't need to because there were so many other points where he could have aromatherapied. It was unfortunate.
A lesson learned, right? So eventually Donphan kills Excadrill, and Excadrill.
And then he brought in Suicune, I believe, off of that. And then I brought in Jellicent, and then we did the Aromatisse thing again. And then Heatran came in, and then he switched into Dugtrio on the Heatran.
Yep.
Finally, to trap it in.
Heatran did... No, that Ancient Power was before that.
Yeah. That was way before that.
Yeah.
But except... Actually, no. He brought in... He switched out the Aromatisse into the Mega Lopunny, which took a Flash Cannon.
It didn't
just
take
die.
And then it died. And then he switched in the Dugtrio
that's where he
after the Flash Cannon. And Heatran's balloon had been popped at that point, so I couldn't switch out, so I was just, alright, let it go. So Dugtrio got the Earthquake off, and then...
Raikou comes
in.
And you're like...
on the Dugtrio.
And Nick's like, oh, it's Raikou. Why... I guess he just wants it to die. All Earthquake.
Yeah, Earthquake.
Oh, it has air balloons? What?
Balloon.
What? Since when? So Nick didn't see the air balloons. Went for an Earthquake. It just... Raiku's just floating up there in his balloons, and he just looks down and he's like, holy crap, people are dying down there.
Damn.
I'm so glad I have these 3 balloons holding me up.
Right.
No, it's one balloon. It's one balloon.
And then HP Ice happened.
Yep. And so
Dugtrio did not like that.
No, not one bit.
It was able to get off a Sucker Punch to break the balloon after that, but at that point it was too late. And Raikou at that point was able to just set up and sweep
some
the
Calm Minds and just sweep through the rest of the team, I think.
There was nothing.
Thunderbolts.
So, yeah, it ended up
I won in a 5-0.
5-0. Good job, Zach.
Almost redeems myself for the 6-0 from the first week.
Almost.
Yep. Almost. Not quite.
Listen, you 5-0'd the guy who 6-0'd the guy that 6-0'd you.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
I think we should change our MVP to this Pokemon.
I agree.
Okay.
We're going to change the MVP from Donphan to Jellicent because it ate up all those...
No, we're giving the MVP to Raikou. Because Raikou was able
Raikou's
to come through, get the Calm Minds up, and sweep.
Yep.
So
right at the end.
All right, and the final match to talk about is
Keenan, who is the
Lake
Superiors, and Adam, the Charizard Champions.
Indeed. So
it was Aggron and the ice Pokemon named Cryogonal from the start.
Beginning.
Yep.
And Cryogonal has paper-thin defenses, so it sets up a Reflect.
Yeah.
And Aggron misses a Rock Slide.
Yep.
And then Keenan's like, yes, this is what I dreamed of.
This is perfect.
So Keenan sets up a Light Screen,
Yep.
and Aggron hits it with a
Rock Slide.
Heavy Slam.
Yeah, Heavy Slam.
And it doesn't kill.
Nope.
Yeah.
The Reflect was so beneficial. It boosted with the Light Screen to help Cryogonal live.
Triple the defenses.
We looked up the stats. That's the only thing that could have happened.
Absolutely.
Then Cryogonal's faster, so it's like, I guess I can just freeze dry.
Yep.
And Aggron...
I think Aggron missed another Rock Slide.
Yeah.
Or did it Stealth Rock?
It went Stealth.
No, yeah. It's Stealth, so it Rock Slide turn 1 on the
Missed.
Reflect, Stealth Rocked on the Light Screen, and then Heavy Slammed on the first Freeze Dry.
Dry.
Yep.
And it didn't kill.
Didn't
And
kill.
then the second freeze dry
froze the
Aggron.
So then Keenan's like, oh, sweet, I'm going to switch out real fast into this other Pokemon while you're frozen, can't do anything. So he does, and the next turn Aggron's like, yeah, I'm good.
Just
what freeze? I don't know what you're talking about.
breaks out. Bah!
Yep. I think he switched in Superior. Started doing some Leaf Storms, but Aggron had none of this. Adam has learned to bring Dragon Tail.
Yes. After the horrors of Suicune, he's decided that Dragon Tail's probably a good idea.
Definitely.
So
there's some Electros battles.
Yeah. Electros ended up getting burned from the Dusclops.
Actually, yeah. Yep.
But Dusclops ended up killing himself with Curse. Which was hilarious. You don't see Curse like ever.
Like ever.
I used it last season.
I've used it before too.
You guys are so hipster.
Yeah.
All right. That was getting really weird. Later, Keenan has Meloetta in, and Adam switches in
Togekiss.
And Keenan's like, I don't care about your fairy type. I'm going to Charge Beam.
Charge Beam.
Charge Beam was super awesome.
Yeah, and started raising that special attack. It's like, oh man, what's he going to do?
Raised it twice.
So Togekiss's plan is like, all right, I can paralyze it, and then I can just... Parahacks. Let's get this done. And then...
Keenan's like, nope.
Cherry Berry.
Specifically the Cherry Berry.
For the Parahacks.
For the Paralyze.
He knew.
Oh, man.
That's what you call preparation.
Indeed.
That is preparation.
Yeah, that was
good to see.
Yep.
But Meloetta does end up taking down the Togekiss.
Yes.
It did get one flinch off on the Meloetta, but it didn't help.
Nope.
There's a Quick Claw from Keenan, of course.
From the Rotom once again. We see the Quick Claw happen, and then it's a Will-O-Wisp and it misses.
Yeah. So I felt so bad for you, Keenan.
Yeah, it's so like bad. Every time that Quick Claw activates, you know you're gonna miss the attack. I'm sorry.
Unless it's Sticky Web.
Start going
Rotom has the quick Claw, and it's like it activates like, oh man, I wasn't prepared for this, and then he's just too quick. Oh, we're going too fast. Exactly.
He has to start using the Quick Claw Shockwave, otherwise it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Never misses.
Exactly.
That's exactly what he needs to do. We gave Latios the MVP for Adam's team.
Yep. Once again, we didn't talk about it.
Dropping the Dracos.
Dracos
for days.
Being able to whittle a lot of stuff down. It was pretty close for the MVP on that one.
Yeah.
So, all right. So overall MVPs for Kanto, we awarded it to Beedrill for its greatest contribution.
Everything it did.
Everything.
It
was crazy. And then for Johto,
we gave it to Malamar.
Yep, we gave it to Malamar.
It was like the most defining Pokemon on anyone's team.
Yeah.
Like everyone else, it was really hard to choose the MVPs, but for Drew's battle, it was Malamar.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, that
Right, we're gonna turn the page to our predictions.
Yeah, predictions.
We didn't write anything.
All right. So first off, I know this is gonna be myself
versus Kirk.
I would like to
see Kirk actually battle this week.
Yeah.
He hasn't battled in...
It's been so long. Let's see, so Mega matchups. Mega Metagross versus Mega Steelix.
Ooh. Steelix does got the ground type.
Steel matchup.
Super effective ground. Could be very beneficial. And the super defense.
Right, but Trevor's been known to run the Hammer Arms.
But the super defense.
That is true, super defense.
Super
or Meteor Mash. I don't know what I think. I don't know why I just said that. I'm thinking Steelix still Onyx typing.
Nope.
Otherwise, that would work.
That would absolutely work.
I've always dreamed of an Ice Onyx. Because there's Rock and Steel, like Regi Rock and Regi Steel, so why not an Ice one?
No.
That'd be so
It could be the Crystal one from the TV show.
Yeah, there's a Crystal Steelix.
No, it's a Crystal Onyx, I think.
There's a Crystal Onyx.
Anyway, Steelix.
It's yellow.
Steelix.
Because of the ground typing and crazy defenses. So I guess you better run Flamethrower.
You can't go wrong with an RU Mega. That's why.
Yeah.
Yep. RU Megas for days.
Mm-hmm. So other matchups, the OUs are Sylveon and Victini. Victini could help out, but Sylveon kind of dies also to Steelix.
Yep.
But
if the Victini outspeeds, and it's a special Victini, that could hurt.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think even a physical Victini would hurt a ton.
I don't know.
Probably not kill, but it would hurt a ton. Because ground doesn't resist the fire. Only rock does.
Yep.
So yeah.
So.
But Kirk does have Gliscor, which can help deal with...
Kirk has a lot of walls.
Yeah.
That he's going to have to get through.
Mm-hmm. You're going to have to do that.
A lot of walls. Which I think is Kirk's plan all along. I would like to see the return of Letty and Kirk. Just, it doesn't have to be this week, but before the end of the season, I'd like to see
I'd like to
one
see the
more
return of Letty and also.
Letty got retired after losing to me. I benched him permanently.
It's...
Remember to prepare for Kabutops, Kirk, because Hayden was not prepared.
Not prepared.
And I messed up with Kabutops really badly, so...
And apparently, Shuckle's a threat, even though it usually isn't. So,
yeah.
Dude,
Shuckle has something for Shuckle. That's how.
Shuckle has more kills than Hydreigon, so like,
there you go.
There's the other reason Hydreigon got the MVP, because it actually got some kills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got its second kill of the season. Anywho.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
It's Kirk wins because Mega.
Yep. Kirk wins.
Next, we have Austin and Matt.
Austin and Matt.
Austin's just going to sweep the floor with that mat.
No. All right, Mega Gallade versus Mega Gyarados.
Ooh, that's a interesting choice because
I give it to Mega Gallade. Hands down.
Really?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, because the fighting stab and then doesn't it?
Yeah, but
fighting stab. Why didn't you just say psychic? Psychic bug doesn't resist psychic, so psychic would still be.
What are you talking about?
It's Mega
Gyarados. Mega Gyarados has
dark water type.
I was gone for too long.
Okay, so see,
it gets justified boost, doesn't it? Off the dark types.
It does, but only regular Gallade.
Switch it in on the. No. I still think Gallade has it. I still think so.
Okay.
Unless Gyarados sets up like a couple Dragon D dances before the Glade comes in.
This is true. If Gallade is able to, or if Gyarados is able to set up, it's definitely going to be Gyarados. If it's coming in on the Gallade, if it hasn't Mega Evolved yet, it's going to be better because it's got Flying and it'll actually resist it instead of be weak to fighting. Right. So it's going to be situational.
It depends on who Megas first.
Yeah, it's per usual with Gyarados because Gyarados, it can be good. It could be either way. Like. Regular Gyarados probably will beat Mega Gallade, but Mega Gyarados will not be able to beat Mega Gallade. That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Anywho.
And then everything else.
This is going to be very interesting because Austin is going to be facing off against his old team from last season. So
now you have to deal with it, Austin.
Good luck, Austin. Yeah.
There's a reason Matt's doing so good. It's because he actually learned Pokemon, not because of his team.
Nope.
I could see. I don't know how you guys feel about pointing out specific Pokemon, but I could see Austin's Arcanine putting in some serious wallage.
Yeah, especially for that Entei. That Entei is very scary. But Austin has some particularly good choices in being able to wall the Entei. So. I would like to see possibly
Entei versus Arcanine duel to the death.
Yeah. I'm wondering when we're going to get to see Magneton and Muck.
Austin, you better bring Magneton soon.
And then Girder and Quillfish.
I mean, you don't have to.
Come on.
Yeah.
Got to get them. Girder and Quillfish.
Come on.
Yon Mega doesn't count, though, because he was going to bring against Kyle. So.
Yeah, he just hasn't put the stuff in, because we're not sure how to do that yet.
Yep.
We're still talking about it.
We're working on it, don't worry.
We're going to get through it.
But yeah, I think it's going to come down to whether or not Matt can overpower Austin's bulkier stuff.
Yeah. And who Mega Evolves first.
Definitely.
I'm just not partaking in this one because I thought Heracross was in it. I was so confused.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, moving on. We got David
and Hayden.
Yum.
All right. So we got Mega Garchomp versus Mega Sableye. I don't know about you guys, but I think Mega Sableye has this every day of the week.
Yeah. I mean, they're both can be fairly bulky
Right. But,
Megas.
yeah, but Mega Sableye can like bounce back whatever Garchomp wants to do at it if it wants to try and like self rock or.
Right, I think Garchomp would have to be offensive, but you still have to worry about the Will-O-Wisp.
Exactly, and then Sableye can like recover. It's got fairy coverage. It's got all that good stuff.
Yep.
I think Sableye has this.
Yeah.
Hands down.
And then once again, Hayden has so many walls that suck to get through.
They're very difficult to get through. And then David, who is right there,
Was right next to him.
Yep.
I moved it. Wow.
David's been known to bring some unusual stuff.
Murkrow.
Murkrow.
Murkrow putting in the work. Mightyena putting in the work. So we should see
I think Mega Sableye is going to prove an issue for David.
I think he's going to have a very big problem because you've got Conkeldurr, who he actually might be. Conkeldurr could be a good way to be able to get through Sableye because of the guts. I don't know how well it could take like certain special attacks from it. But,
right.
True.
Slowbro, I don't think Slowbro probably would have a hard time
It could
getting
be
through
a Dazzling Gleam Delphox.
This is true.
That'd be really good.
Delphox could definitely put in some work on that
Because it doesn't
side.
get affected by the Will-O-Wisp.
Yeah.
You just have to watch out for an offensive Sableye, but
Like
defensive
Shadow
Sableye
Sneak.
does a lot better.
Yeah. So,
I think Hayden's looking like he gets this
Yeah.
matchup.
I think Hayden's definitely
Overall.
Got to see that Cling Clang though.
Yeah.
It's got to come eventually, right?
No.
No.
It's only traded in free agents.
I know.
You have to bring it.
Got to see it though. Got to see it.
All right. Next we have Chris
And Blake.
Versus Blake.
Oh boy.
Blake
person.
All right, so we got
Okay.
Mega
Scizor
Scissor and
versus Mega Beedrill.
The bugs again.
We got the
bug
bug on
battles.
bug action.
So who would win, a Beetle or a Bee?
The Beetle. Because
Isn't Scizor just a praying mantis with claws?
yeah, that's true. But the praying
It's a
mantis is still going to beat the bee.
Crab
because,
mantis.
But Beedrill's a wasp.
Yeah, but Beedrill
Actually-
has. But like you can
Have
just
you
swat it.
heard of Australian?
It's probably actually just a lobster.
Oh,
Scizor.
right.
A bug lobster.
My mind's been blown.
Lobster with wings.
What is Scizor?
Yeah, that's the biggest question.
All right, but for realsies though, I think Scizor has this.
Yeah, just the steel immunity to the poison.
Yeah,
As far as
and
Mega
then
matchup.
and then like it can just bullet punch and kill it in one hit. Just be like
Probably.
just like, and then just fall over dead.
I'm not Beedrill. You're not a Scizor.
It doesn't work.
That's just
Okay.
quit whacking.
Okay.
Anywho,
I could see Chris being cheeky and bringing the Lapras because Blake wanted the Lapras beginning of season, but who knows?
yeah, I this match is gonna be, it's they both have kind of bulky teams.
Kind of offensive at the same time.
Yeah, bulky offensive teams. There's a lot that either of them can be super threatening to the other.
Right.
You've got like Alakazam always being a threat, Ninetales bringing the sun, being able to support Blake's team on the off
And the Pikachu.
Yeah. But
Very strong.
yeah.
Very strong pick.
On the other hand, you've got like Dragonite, who's always a threat. You've got Chandelure, who's able to absorb any fire attacks. And you've got Absol, who is just freaky fast and freaky scary.
And Granbull, which Chris has only brought once, and the single time he brought it,
You got 3 kills.
got 3 kills.
So yeah.
I like Granbull.
Granbull's very nice.
It's a cool Pokemon.
He's a very cool
Too bad
Pokemon.
it's Gen 2.
Yeah, it's a little overdated for me. Overdated.
Too new of a model.
Post-modern for me.
And then, should we do the cross?
Yeah.
Match
Next
next.
up is the cross match between
match.
Kyle and Anthony.
Kyle and Anthony.
Woo! All right. So
and then we have Johto.
The battle of
well,
battles of the 1 and 6.
hopefully we can see a match between these two.
All right. The
First thing I'd like to point out is that Kyle only has 2 OUs.
one of them's Terrakion.
That's Tracky.
Yeah, I know.
It's just Terrak Invisibleon.
Yeah.
Apparently.
So it's Mega Ampharos versus Mega Charizard.
The pseudo dragons that became dragons.
I think Mega Charizard has this one, unless it's unless Ampharos can't live a hit, and then
Can live a hit.
or that's what I meant.
Yeah, but regular Ampharos beats regular Charizard.
This is true.
This is true. So this is
So,
another who Mega's
Who
first.
Mega's first, except this time it's Who Mega's first will probably
Kill the other one.
kill the other one.
Because regular Ampharos does not want to take a Dragon Claw.
No.
And
Yeah.
neither does
Nope.
Mega.
So other than that, Anthony, he's got some pretty scary threats.
Lots of fast Pokemon.
He's got Scolipede, which we know that Kyle doesn't like bug types. He's got a lot of weak to bug, so
But he did pick up Terrakion.
he did pick up
That
Terrakion.
can help.
That will
Terrakion.
definitely help against Scolipede.
But you do have to watch out for Prankster Thunderous with the Thunder Waves, which
Yep.
will just your team's Thunder Waved.
Yep,
And that Grass Knot.
Yeah.
That'll hurt.
Yeah.
definitely. So, yeah,
I think you have to watch out for Crawdont. It is scary.
very scary.
It can do things.
Lots of things.
Especially if it sets up.
Oh yeah. You have to sucker punch it in the trick room and have it not work.
Right.
Yeah. Basically.
Totally.
That's the only way.
Only way.
Now we have Johto.
On to Johto. So we got Tyler and Drew.
So it's Mega Altaria versus Mega Medicham.
Yeah.
Altaria.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Any questions?
If only way I could see Mega Medicham winning is if he hits the Altaria with like an Ice Punch before it Mega evolves.
right, like on a weird switch in.
Yeah, like a weird.
Even
switch or
then, I don't
something.
know if Altaria could take an Ice Punch. I don't know.
Oh, after it Mega Evolves?
Even after it Mega Evolves.
It'd be close.
It might not be able to take the Ice Punch very well.
Without Cotton Guard, it can't. Drew.
Yeah, Drew.
Bring Cotton Guard.
Drew, you're not feeding Altaria enough. That's why it's not doing enough work. It's used to just getting all the kills.
Mhm.
Just got to give him more kills, man. Come on now.
Yeah.
But other than that,
Type-wise, Altaria gets it, but Medicham does get coverage.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a toss-up.
I mean, I think
Whoever-
Altaria would still win head to head.
Right, right, yeah.
But Medicham does have options.
right. So other than that, Drew's got that hyper offensive team.
Explosions.
Long offense.
Lots of-
Sandslash has yet to appear, y'all.
Yeah. I want to see some Sandslash action, Drew. Come on now.
And who knows, with the possibility of a Sandstream T-Tar, maybe this is the week.
Maybe.
Right, because you get that Sand Veil from Sandslash.
Yeah.
Does it get sand?
I think it's Sandvale.
I think it's Sandville and then something that's not sand
It's
related.
sturdy.
Is it sturdy?
You get sturdy because I do all my EV training against for defense against Sandshrews, and it's a pain because
I've never run into a Sandshrew sturdy.
it's its hidden ability.
Well, I've never
All
run
right.
into one. They
Yeah.
must all have Sandville
Must.
and Miss My Earthquakes.
I guess so.
And then have sturdy.
Oh, it's Sandvale. Yeah.
Sandville's the pain, Trevor.
Yeah.
Yes. I once used Surf, and it killed 3 Sandshrews and left 2.
Yep.
Then I missed 2 more Surfs on both of them.
Yeah. They're a pain. I hate that.
I think they get Sand Rush. Boost
Or
their
the EV
speed.
training.
Yeah.
The matchup is pretty good.
Yeah.
I think Sandstorm can help.
It's the first time Drew's gonna have to go up against Salamence.
Actually, Sandstorm helps Drew out a lot too. Because
Yeah.
Landorus and Jirachi don't take the damage.
Yeah. And then Sandslash, of course.
But Shedinja just
Dies.
Yeah.
Shedinja's
Doesn't
just
want
done.
that.
It's just like
And it breaks sashes for a lot
Yes,
of Drew's
it does.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like Smeargle is usually sashed.
Sneasel.
Sneasel can
No,
be.
I think Sneasel would be a life orb
It's an
personally,
option.
but
Sneasel
It is
could-
an option.
I mean, all of them could be sash. You could bring Sash Altaria.
yeah. I
It's
mean,
an option. Super
Drew's
useful.
brought Choice Scarf Altaria, so
I don't think anyone else has brought sashed Mega besides me.
Well, aren't you special?
well,
I won MVP of the week, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that's
All right.
I guess.
So
They have options against each other. Weather, I feel like, is going to play a big role in this battle.
Probably, definitely.
It helps out both sides.
Yeah.
A lot.
Really well.
So, yeah, excited to see this one.
We'll see.
Yeah. Next up, we've got
Nick and
somebody.
Forrest.
Yeah, Nick
Yes,
Nick and Forrest.
Nick and Forrest. So that's Mega Septile versus Mega Lopunny.
Very nice.
Ooh.
They're both Oras Megas.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
They're both fast, and they both hit hard, but they both don't take hits very well.
Oh, yeah.
And they're both neutral to each other.
Yeah, but Lopunny gets
stab.
Ice Punch, so.
With stab.
Septile gets Focus,
Focus
Blast.
Blast. What's your point, Trevor?
Come on. What's up? Huh?
What?
Who's faster? Anyone know?
Sceptile.
Septile.
Sceptile's like base 145.
Oh, yeah.
And Lopunny,
that's
I
right.
think, is base 130. I want to say.
Yeah, maybe. I
The
don't know.
3 fastest in the league are Anthony's... What does Anthony have?
Mungus? Not Mungus.
Excelgor.
Excelgor. The other A1.
And then Septile and Beedrill are tied for second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Fast Pokemon.
Yeah. So, yeah. I guess we got to give it to Mega Sceptile because he's faster.
Faster. Yeah.
Simply because he's faster.
They both have coverage moves for each other.
Yep.
So the faster Pokemon wins.
Yep.
Because they're both frail.
Yeah.
And the Septile can't be slowed with Para at all.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless it's like Body Slam.
So, yeah. Other than that,
Glare. Forrest has been known to bring glare.
Yeah, definitely. On that Drudagon.
Except Forest
There we
also
go.
has the Mega Septile,
Yeah.
which so it wouldn't really
And
help
the
Nick
Talon
much.
Flame.
Mm-hmm.
We are being haunted right now. This is unfortunate. But other than that, it's going to be a good match. I don't suggest bringing Rain against Nick for the fear of...
Has Forrest ever brought rain for his
I don't...
Manaphy?
I
don't think
believe
so.
I think he did once.
Rest
But I don't
Manaphy
think
with rain?
I don't think he used it.
Okay. Yeah, but I recommend not bringing Rain because Suicune.
Mhm.
We all know what Suicune can do.
Suicune destroys rain.
I'm gonna throw this out there. Electric types should stay away from this battle. There's a lot of immunities.
Yeah.
Nick has like 3, I believe, 3 or 4,
Yeah.
and then
Just picked up Doug Trio.
yeah, and then Forrest has at least 2,
Yeah.
Nidoqueen and Septile.
3 actually, because Quagsire.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Can't forget Quagsire.
So if you have electric types, don't bring them to this battle.
And Nick, bring a grass attack for Quagsire.
Yeah.
At all
Uh-huh.
costs.
Yeah, just bring something for Quagsire
You
because
might not bring it, but hey.
You never know.
Oh, I also want to see Nidoking versus Nidoqueen.
oh,
That's all I want to see.
boom. Yes.
If I
Shut up, Ghost.
if I type in the code to watch the battle online, and I don't see one of them on either one of the teams, like one of them's
Not
missing,
gonna watch it.
nope, done. I don't care if I have to watch it for the recap. I'm not going to.
All right.
Next is Keenan and myself.
Oh
I'll
boy.
let you guys talk this one
Wait,
out.
no, it's Keenan versus Zach.
Oh, I don't know who that myself guy is, but
Yeah. You moron.
obviously Zach.
Okay.
The Zach guy.
Yeah. So it's Mega Pinsir versus Mega Gardevoir. And Mega Pinsir has... I think Mega Pinsir's faster.
Yeah, definitely.
And it has quick attack. And it hurts a lot. So
Bug's only neutral. Fairy resists the bug,
yeah.
which is good for you.
But Pinsir is just very powerful and fast and
Super strong.
super strong.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna get... I'm throwing my hat to Pinsir.
Throwing your hat in the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say so too.
So, other than that,
If there was a Calm Mind that raised special attack and defense,
That'd be perfect.
yeah,
they'd be perfect for this battle.
but that's just theory mining. So,
Yeah, can't do that. No, that's what we're doing
So.
now. So
But your other OUs do take care of Pinsir pretty well.
yeah,
Raikou
this
and
is true.
Heatran.
yeah,
Heatran does
definitely.
not want to take, like, Heatran doesn't care if Pinsir hits you.
Yeah, but then you got that Rotom to deal with both of them.
Oh, well,
Or-
Rotom
or
only
deal with
neutrals Raikou,
Yeah, but then you got Superior.
who does nothing against any of Zach's OUs. Actually, Superior is neutral. Grass is neutral against Electric, and Electric's bad against Grass.
yes,
Yeah.
this is true.
So, could be problematic. Other than that, it's going to be the bulk versus, I think, it's bulk on bulk at this point, I think.
Yeah. Keenan does have a lot of setup Pokemon, like for Alligator.
Yeah.
Wants to set up. Electros has been coiling lately.
Yes.
So he can set up. Karloganol can set up those screens.
You never know what Shiftry can do.
Right.
Which has not yet been brought.
Yeah.
Because that's why I don't know what it can do.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen it yet.
Shiftry can actually run special or physical.
This is true.
Mostly special, I believe. Actually,
no, I think it's mostly physical.
Yeah.
And then you can bring it up through 4th gen and give it defog too. So if Zach decides he wants to bring Masquerain with the sticky web again, he's going to need that defog in order to be able to get it out of there. Because he doesn't have a rapid spinner.
Cryogonal rapid spinner.
Dang it!
What do you? Yeah.
Well, I tried.
All right, Trevor, you're done.
The next Johto match. I think you have a better matchup.
Keenan just has a weird team to prepare for, in my opinion.
Yeah. I haven't had to prepare for it. So
I like that.
Monty and Adam.
Monty and Adam. We've got Mega Heracross versus Mega Aggron. Ooh.
You give it to Aggron?
I would. Just looking at type matchups.
Heracross is fighting.
Heracross is fighting, but filter's a thing.
Yeah, but Mega Heracross has like the biggest base attack of the entire game, and Mega Aggron has like the biggest base defense of the entire game. So it's I don't know if Aggron, because Mega Heracross is fairly bulky. I don't know if Aggron is able to like
deal enough damage before it dies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Unless it runs super great coverage moves.
Right. I don't even know.
Aerial Ace.
Yeah, and I don't think that would be able to do enough.
It never misses.
Stone Edge would be neutral. That'd probably be its best chance.
Yeah. I don't think if both Megas are at the same time, it's not going to be a one-hit KO from either side.
I don't think so either. I think Mega Heracross is definitely going to be able to deal more damage than Aggron, though.
Yeah.
I think Heracross wins it.
Yeah. So, other than that, let's if we go into the rest, Adam has a very fast team, and Monty we know is bringing the Trick Room a lot. So, and he also has the Melodic for the possible rain incoming.
Right.
So, and Melodic does a lot of work against Adam.
Right. You can take lots of hits because a lot of Adam's Pokemon just run a water coverage stab.
Yeah, right.
And Milotic's just like, I don't care.
Melodic is so bulky, it can take hits from like both sides.
I would agree, but the last time I used a bulky water type against Adam, it got paraflinched to death by the Togekiss.
Yeah, but
that's pretty much all Adam had against Suicune too.
Yeah.
So if Monty deals with Togekiss early, a bulky water would be more helpful.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Yep.
As usual, I am Trevor, the czar of the Detroit Cobalions.
I'm Blake, the villager on the Shamouti island of Slowkings.
I'm Zach, the coach of the Southwest Swamperts. I'll think of a title later.
Way to be boring, Zach. Way to be boring.
It's better than Trevor saying the same thing every time.
True.
Goodbye.
Sounds going crazy, huh?
Some of it fell on the ground.
Don't step on it.
There we go. That was disgusting.
I'll put that in at the end.
Oh, great.